So I finally got this whole leveling thing down. I'm still using this because I don't have the right breaker. But what you have to do, it really doesn't tell you how to do this, but there are the two red valves, which I've showed you earlier. There are two red valves here, so you have to keep kind of opening and closing the valve. So the back valve is the one that controls the second one. The front valve controls the one that's closest to you. So right now, the platform furthest from me, it needs to come up maybe a half an inch. So I'm going to raise it up, open this, and close this a couple of times. And then I'm going to come down. So what I'll do is open the one closest to me, come down. Okay, and close that, back up. Down a little bit. You just have to keep playing with opening and closing. I found that closing or lowering it and opening the valve helps a little bit. Okay, so now I came up a little too much. So now I need to raise this platform a little bit. It's just a tiny bit too much. So you're opening and closing these red valves depending on what you're attempting to do. All right, so we want to raise up the one that's closest to us a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to open and press down to open the one that's furthest away. Okay, close both of these, come up. Down a little bit. So there's a pretty substantial learning curve to this. To get it, oh, that's about as perfect as we're going to get. All right, so now let's lower it all the way and see if we've got some symmetry on the way down. So the other issue I was having was getting them to lower relatively smoothly. Now when you have the car on it, it tends to keep it a little bit more level. But I also wanted it, as I'm going up, to not jump up on the left or right side. Okay, that looks good. Good, nice and smooth, nice and level. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so now let's raise it up and see what happens. Again, both my valves are closed. Let's see, the left one's coming up much quicker. So I'm gonna open the platform furthest away from me. So I'm gonna open that and just give it a little bit of up. A little too much. Okay, now we got them dropping at the same time. Now let's see. So both valves are closed. So now the right side is coming up a little bit faster than the left. So I'm gonna give it just a little pulse. I don't like that little hitch that we have. All right, so I want the left to come up just a tiny bit quicker. So I'm just gonna go like just a little. Okay, close that. I'm gonna go about halfway up. It's like we're a little out of level again. No, we're pretty spot on. Yeah, all right, so now let's go down. Okay, so now we got the levels set. As soon as the platforms are roughly the same level, raise about 20 centimeters and open the manual release button. Okay. So that manual release should purge the lines now so that we can stay level all the way down. It's pretty close. Let's see. So I'm going to keep playing with this until I get this thing level. But I'm going to keep playing with it tomorrow. because I'm done messing with this right now. So there's also a little knob on the back here. See this little black knob here that Dan was telling me this would be how you adjust how quickly the lift goes up or down. It comes down pretty fast, so I played with it. I don't notice much of a difference in how it works, but so this is a little knob here that you can turn. So I've turned it and backed it off and on, and I don't notice much of a difference. All right, so let me show you operation here a little bit. I've got it all leveled out. Got the GT3 on here. So just show you operation. So this would be our on-off main breaker switch, boom. And then normally, you know, to go up, we would press up. But see, mine, because of the rush of current, the protection is engaged here, and so electrician is going to come out probably not next week, because I'm headed to Rupes to be trained on all the new machines and the old machines too as well, I guess. But the idea is that you'll push this button and the thing will go up, and then of course we have down 1 and down 2. I'm not sure what down 2, what it's supposed to happen is that, you know, the lift would come to a certain level, get about 12 inches from the ground, you'd let go of down 1 and hit down 2. I'm not sure what down 2 is for, so down 1 is all I've been using. We have a bypass over here, so let's say you got all the way at the top, you hit the if you hit the triggers or the whatever they're called, the limit switches, then you would hit bypass down 2 or down 1. You just try them and see whichever one works. So you hit bypass in order to make that work. Here's our I guess this would be our safety switch. So you could press that to safety disengage, quick release disengage. Now, because I haven't gotten the, I need to get either a high magnetic breaker or set up a 30 amp on this in order for me to move the car up. I'm removing the cover here and then hitting, I showed you this earlier in the video, but we're hitting the I guess there's some sort of current sensitive switch here. And so what I'm doing is I'm just pressing this in order to raise the car. Alright, so this raises it up. So leveling took a little bit of work, but you just sit here on the chair and just kind of keep playing with it until you put a level on it, until you get it all dialed in. It's not too bad. Hopefully with you guys watching my videos on this, it'll be a lot easier for you. I've left the little air regulator here disconnected for now because I'm going to be running plumbing a hard line for my Jenny air compressor over there in a few weeks. I just ordered all the Prevost stuff. That's going to be really awesome. So let me show you the operation of the lift, and we'll call this installed. I'm going to have a lot more information on the lift as as I continue to learn about it. I'm also going to be spending more time with getting specific blocks built and made. I'll explain that here in a second. So there it is, up in the air, about 70 inches. I think I can go up another inch or so. But or another couple of inches, but the the scissor lift, just to kind of show you how much access you get. Obviously you have access down the tunnel, right? So drive shaft, transmission, all of that. The entire back of the car is exposed, right? So in a Porsche, if I wanted to, I could drop the engine out. So here's a look down the center of the car. So obviously we have a little bit of covered up areas on the left and right, but I don't see what I would ever do there. I'm ducking down just a slight bit, so I would go up another couple of inches, I guess, to get to the maximum height. And then here's the front of the car, so I can access everything in the front. And then the key advantage for me is that normally I wouldn't have it this high unless I was, I guess, maybe changing the oil, but the car in general, I would set it at a lower height, and then I can access the entire thing all the way around. So I can get, I can open the doors the entire way, and I can access the car 360 degrees to polish and do whatever it is I need to do. Changing wheels and tires is easier. It's easier to get on the lift. It's easier to line up the thing. I don't know. I just think it's a superior lift type. They're more expensive, and they and I think they take up a lot less space because when they're down, they're only 4 or 5 inches off the ground. The perfect situation would be to recess it in the floor, but of course I don't own the building, so I can't do that. So anyway, I'm excited to once I get this thing wired up properly, so get the proper electric service to it. I won't have to be messing with this panel. Also, when I get my compressed air set up, I won't have to have this little thing hooked up to it. But let's put the car down. I'll put this thing back on. Let's show you the speed at which this thing goes down. This is a really annoying beep. But so we're gonna go down 1. So the lift goes up and then drops. Gets a little scary here as it speeds up towards the bottom and then stops before it gets to the end. All right. So cool. Oh my gosh. You'd have no idea how happy I am. I guess some of you probably do. I mean, this is a long time coming. Now the next solution will be to figure out how to create some custom solution for the little 2x6s I have sitting here, so that now the GT3 can get on it. I could fit hockey pucks under it, but I can't fit the nice little low profile lift blocks without the 2x6 that's there. And so what I think I'm going to do is have some sort of tubular steel, maybe 12-inch wide little on ramps. I don't like the race ramp idea, the race ramp solution. I'm going to do this my way. So I'm going to set it up a little bit differently. Plus, with my shorter wheelbase cars, the ramps won't work as well because I can't get the cars on the lift with the plates up in the up position. They have to stay down. But man, look how clean that looks with the Swiss tracks cut perfectly around it. You can just drive the car right up on it. I have it off to the left a little bit. And then, a lot of you have been commenting about cabinets. My cabinets are only going to come to here. And the cabinets will only come, I forget what the depth is, but they only come to about here, right? So, not going to be an issue. I'll have 4.5 feet or 4 feet or so between the car and the lift. So, trust me on this. We'll be just fine with plenty of room. Even if I ran the cabinets all the way to the twin Busch, we'll see. I'm gonna lay it out with some tape and lay out what that looks like. But see, I've got plenty of room on the left, and then plenty of room in the front. And just for reference point, this is my giant compressor. So here's the the space that we have on the the front, so the cabinets are only going to come to almost the edge of the black. It's just awesome, so awesome. So I'm going to take some photos, some initial photos. Got the Dundon exhaust I'm going to put on. I'm not going to do it today. I thought I was going to, but I got to get ready to go to Denver. I'm going to Denver for a week for the RUPIS training, so that, by the way, is going to be an awesome series, I think. So there you have it. I got to get this cleaned up, and we've got a pretty sick solution here. Oh man, so cool. More on the air compressor coming as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys supporting me to be able to do this kind of stuff. It's just awesome. Stay tuned for more crazy. You got a side pony? Look at you. What do you think, Mama? Look at this place. You want to see how the lift works?
You want to see what?
You want to see how the lift works?
Yeah.
Me and Ryan.
That's cool. We forgot your scooter.
I was waiting.
Kate, do a twirl. Do a twirl in the garage. A big twirl.
Can we get it right now?
Do a big twirl in the middle. Be careful. Hey, I don't want you going by my garage, by my car.
Yeah, stay over here, Ryan.
Who says Swiss tracks you can't roll on?
Or better.
All right, let me show you this, Shelly. So I need to get a different, the electrician's coming out. You see how I put this box here? I thought the lift was gonna go further this way, but I wanna be able to put cabinets, right?
So he has to move that box?
No, the box has gotta stay there. But I need more power, I need more current. And for whatever reason, it doesn't, like if I hit up, there's a protection switch in here that doesn't allow me to go up. I also need an air compressor, so my air compressor, I'm gonna have a line that comes down and runs into this. So I had to figure that out.
It's not working?
No, it works,
Oh.
but I've got to pull the cover off and bypass it. All right, check it out. All right, stay away from the car.
Why? He told you already.
So see how I got those little black blocks under there? Actually, this needs to come this way a little bit. So now we go up.
You're not nervous? Oh my word. It was touching on your floor right there, Daddy. A little bit. When you first pushed it
Yeah,
up.
I'll cut it.
I like being God. How can I not do that? What, Daddy? Look at Daddy's, Ryan.
Ryan!
Do not. I don't know why, but this is old. Well, let's not have unnecessary risks. 6,600 pounds. Why do you weigh that much? You can hold 6,000 pounds. How much does your car weigh, Maddie?
3,335.
And the fact that you know that is just weird. 3,000 pounds? I can make it with her. How much does my car weigh? My truck.
5,600, I think, 5,400.
Lift line, but not a lot of extra.
So this car is more than Mama's truck.
Of course. No, my truck is way more. My truck is strong.
Check it out.
Can I go under it?
Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen?
So this is gonna.
It'll go a little bit higher, but I need to practice a little bit.
Oh my word.
Isn't this
I don't know
awesome?
what the underneath of cars look like because
Well,
I've literally never been underneath a car.
Well, this is a $200,000 car. It looks a little different than a
Because
regular
this
car.
is so smooth. Like there's nothing open. from-
Well, every other car is, but not this car.
Yeah, because normally like everything's open when I've looked. It's like covered.
Isn't this great?
Kate, don't.
Kate.
I don't like that. Whoa.
We're testing the strength of the lift here. A lot
Go
of,
a little higher.
just a
Like,
little
I'm
bit.
Tall, so if I wanted to like,
It only goes maybe another couple
so
inches.
when you're working on things, each piece comes out separately.
Well, there's not really any reason on this car to mess with that. I'm going to be messing with it. The engine's back here, so everything will be done back here.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, stay away from the camera. Isn't that the coolest darn thing you've ever seen?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Ah, it's so awesome.
You love it?
Yep.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do, see these things here?
You like it better than those lifts, like the U lifts, because it looks way cooler, huh?
Yeah, because I can get all the way around the car. You know, and there's nothing under here. I mean, if
Well, what looks cool is when it's down, it doesn't look like there's a lift really. It just looks like your car's in a garage, not
Right.
like that weird thing.
right, yeah, and so for detailing, I'll only put the car up this
Oh, your hair
high.
already got messed up.
For detailing, I'll only put the car up this high. That way I can get all the way around. Or let's say I wanted to be polishing here. You know, I'd lower it a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Been
it's a little
hitting
low. So these things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have something made here that fits and bolts to the ground. Because it needs to be a little bit higher in order to get these blocks under there.
Why do those blocks have to be so it doesn't scratch your car?
Well, otherwise
have to have
you'd be
them?
jacking on the body panels.
So you don't have to have them.
Hey, stop yelling. Put most of my need that paper. Use one sheet.
Yeah, Ryan drew on one sheet.
Dad,
Only
look
one.
at my
Go
car.
on the
Look
table.
at your car.
Whoa, that looks cool.
I didn't even draw that. That's really good, actually. Good job, babe.
Look at how awesome that is. Oh my
That's
gosh.
so good.
Holy cow.
This?
Look at that. Oh my word. That looks sick.
So would you rather have this? Never mind, I'm not even gonna ask.
So, again, I can go up another couple inches, but I got to play with where the limits are. So cool. I mean, look at that. Doesn't get any cooler than that.
Right, I'm excited to see you so excited because sometimes I feel like I don't get as excited anymore about things, but you're like pretty fired up.
It's the first time I put it all the way up.
Oh, okay. I'm happy for you.
So, that's the lift.
What's this lift called? What kind?
It's called a twin Busch scissor lift.
We're gonna